follow up on your clients, and create loyalty to your product or service. How important is this for your business? Let's find out. Welcome to today's episode. I'm kind of nervous a little bit here. Okay, good. So let's get started. I can't believe I got tongue tied after like 40 episodes. But okay, let's just roll with the punches and keep on going. So, who do we have today as a special guest to talk about this very exciting and important subject in the business world? Well, let me just tell you that she is a great girl, an amazing woman, a network marketing expert, and an independent affiliate with a company called For Life with over 6 years of experience. Now, check out this background story of our heroine. She was born in Guatemala in a humble village called Boca del Monte. Her childhood got tough when her dad, who worked as a lawyer, was murdered in front of the justice court when she was only 8 years old. Mhm. Doesn't that make you feel like, oh my God? Mhm. Now, that put obviously tremendous stress on her family's life. She ended up going to live with her aunt, who brought her to the US and took her and her brother as her own. By the age of 19, she had already built her own cleaning company that did well. Mhm. And she later on sold to continue with her studies, getting back to college. A bit after that, she got happily married to her husband, had kids, and started a baking business. Mhm. But like all traditional businesses, it took a little bit of work and several sleepless nights to get it going. Mhm. A bit after that, she came up uh, with the opportunity to enter into the network marketing business. But it wasn't easy, although she did succeed at it. At the beginning, many couldn't see her as an entrepreneur. They just saw her as the baker lady. But with time, discipline, it all made it possible for her to achieve one of the highest ranks within the company. Many didn't believe in her, many didn't support her, but that didn't matter. She was looking for those who wanted more out of life, people who had her same desire at a better life, and eventually she succeeded in spite of it all. And she'll tell us about it in just a little bit. But let me tell you a bit of her accomplishments. She achieved one of the highest positions in her company, bronze level, with a team working under her. She has even received recognitions from the community due to her work in empowering others through the creation of the first events in the city, bringing women together to give them skills and motivation so that they can believe in themselves and learn to be and do more. In almost 7 years in the industry, she has helped over 1,000 people, mainly women, that have been inspired and helped through her work and dedication. One of her main beliefs is her faith in God, and that discipline and persistence can tear down any barriers as long as one stays committed. So, who is this amazing special guest that we have here today? Let's give it up for Irene Lemus. Irene, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Hey, no, thank you so much. That's such a nice introduction. I feel very happy to be here today with you and all your audience. And I'm a little bit nervous too because this is the first time I think I'm gonna do this in English. And I'm very excited. Thank you so much for this invitation.
Well, we are very happy to have you here. Mhm. And don't worry about it. I'm sure you're going to do great.
I'm sure too.
We can switch it between Spanish and English
I
because
know we're gonna have to do Spanglish here.
see, Spanglish is an official language by this point now. So
I know.
Okay, good. So let's get started with this very, very important subject, actually, that I've never taken it specifically with this particular wording or phrasing as a subject in our episode. So I'm very excited about it. Tell us about the importance of following up on your clients and creating loyalty to your product or service.
Well, since I'm in the network marketing industry, this is very, very important. And I think in any business that it's successful, they care a lot about their people. They care a lot about their clients because that's what builds loyalty. And when people likes you, when people like your product, when people like the way you treat them, they like your customer service, they will go and recommend you. So that's a key to any successful businesses, to implement, to care about their people, to care about their clients. Because people want to feel important. People want to feel special. So when you make people feel special, they'll stick with you. They'll be with you. They'll support you, and they'll stay. I have clients that have been with me since I started. They've been with me almost 7 years, buying every month my products, and they only buy my products. So I know they do it because they like me. They support me, and obviously they like the product. But first they got to the product because they trusted me. So that's something that it's very important. And something we don't really care. Like, I think when you're starting as an entrepreneur, you're thinking so much about making money and growing that you don't focus on those little things, and
Mm.
that's very, very important. But actually, I was looking at Grant Cardone the other day, and he was teaching this in a business workshop that he was doing. He was telling these entrepreneurs that follow up is where the money is, and that's what we have been taught also in this industry. When it's not just about going and selling, it's also about creating a relationship with your client so they can stay with you for a long run. And so that's what makes businesses successful.
And it makes a lot of sense. Actually, it's almost like the way that you say it. I mean, I know that what Grant Cardone says as well, because obviously we follow him as well. Um, but the way that you say it, mhm, it kind of adds a little background feeling of a human factor. Mhm.
Yes, because I think nowadays, I think the business world is changing a lot, and we're in a new era of businesses, and people don't want to be just another number.
Mhm.
People are looking for an experience. They're looking for something special, for something different, because we all know inside of us that we're special. So when someone comes and makes you feel that, you like that and you stay. That's how you create loyalty. And I know that because I have a lot of loyal. I call them my friends because they're my friends to me. They support my business and they support my vision with my business. So to me, they're my friends, and that's how I make them feel. I make them my friends, and I think that's something that every business needs to focus on, creating that personal relationship with its clients, so so it can feel more like a family than just selling a product and making money out of you. No one wants to feel that you're no, I mean, I don't like to feel that people is just taking advantage of me. And that's
Right.
how people feel when you go and sell them a product of any kind. They don't like to be sold, but they like to buy. And they like to buy from people they like. So
Mhm.
so that's what you want to, you know, that.
I think we got stuck a little bit there. Can you hear me correctly?
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you
good.
there.
Okay, good. So repeat the last part that you were saying.
Oh my goodness, I forgot.
It was that people want to buy. I
Yes.
think it was very interesting. People want to buy, but they don't want to feel like they're just being sold.
Yes, no. People, they like to buy what they like. They like to buy what from people they like, from businesses they like, from visions they feel, connected to. They like to buy experiences. I think, I don't know, the business world has changed so much, and that's why all these affiliated companies, because that's what they do, they affiliate their clients to buy directly from them every month. And our job, like my job, is to just share the information and teach them um, how to buy directly from the company, but they do it because of me, because I'm the face of the company. As it's just a way of saying it. But if you're a business owner in a traditional world, you want to do the same. If you sell, I don't know, beauty, let's say, if you sell beauty, um, nowadays a lot of people look a lot of entrepreneurs in that industry that reflects them what they want to be or what they want to feel, how they want to show to the world. So that's why they buy from all this. That's why Kim Kardashian sells so much, because everyone likes her and everyone wants to be like her, all the woman, right? We all want to be confident and we all want to be, like, look nice, and like we like that. We're attracted to that, so that's why we buy from them. And there's a lot of people that just buy because they like her, even if she's not even selling. um but that's why people follow you, because they see you as a human just like you, and people wants to buy. But I'm sure that if Kim Kardashian comes and wants to sell you directly, people don't want to buy. So that's why it's so important to create connection and relationship with your clients in any kind of business. You want to create connection and relationship. That's why before, like, commercials, they used to show this family, and they created emotions on people. So people wanted to buy certain product, right? Like the cleaning, let's say a cleaning product. You want to sell a cleaning product. Before, they used to make these commercials where there was the baby walking in the like on the floor, but as a mom, you cleaned it first for your baby. So you create emotion. Like back then, they used to create emotion, but now, with businesses evolving so fast and all this social media, we want to create that emotion, that connection directly with the client.
Totally correct. Yes, I agree with it in full. I think this is one of the best, more direct to business advices that we've had this week. So I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Oh no. Thank you for having me here.
You're doing great, and your English is good. I don't know why you were anxious.
No, it's just I'm not used to it, but I know I can do it, of course. So
Excellent.
I'll do my best.
You're doing fantastic. Okay, good. So we're gonna get down to some questions. Are you ready for this?
Let's do this.
Okay, good. So here is the first one, and it's one of my favorite questions because everybody has a different answer. All right. So, without mentioning again the advice that you just gave us on this episode, mhm, if you could go back in time, what advice would you give your younger self from when you were starting your business career?
Um, my younger self, I think I would have looked for mentors sooner, because I did a lot of things just on my own, and just like doing a lot of stuff that I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know there were mentors. So I think I would just suggest to myself to find mentors, to not waste too much time, to just go faster, to the results, because mentors make it a lot easier on you. So I think that's what I would have tell myself back then. Look for mentors, look for mentors. And
That
make
is
it.
that is very important actually because yes, it's almost like in a similar way to another aspect of life when you go to your dad or your grandfather asking for advice because they've already went through. Mhm.
Yes.
And when there's people like a mentor is somebody that can teach you, but that actually cares for your betterment, for your survival. And when you have those two things, knowledge and care, that becomes a very, very important person to have around.
Yes. Oh, yes, definitely. You want to have people that know what they're doing and they're willing to show you the way. That way, you don't have to spend so much time on the learning process, more on the doing process.
Exactly. Very good. I love your answer.
Thank you.
Here we go on the next one.
Let's
Mhm.
do this.
Now, what was the most effective administrative action you've implemented in your business that created the biggest success?
Ah, what a good question. Oh my goodness. Well, to be honest with you, I've had my husband work really close with me, and he's a big blessing in my life because he likes the logical part of our business, and I'm more like the emotional, the coach, the teacher, the mentor. I like that part of my business, and he does the other part. So he is the one who's really been taking care of the administrative part of our business, uh, to to administrate or like our income and what we're investing. There's some things that I think they're really important to me. The best investment I can do it's on people, more than buying a machine or buy. But that's because of the kind of business I'm in. So I like to invest a lot on people. Just this last weekend on Sunday, I did a brunch at my house with my most loyal customers and business partners. So it was something small close, but I wanted to give them the best and I wanted to make them feel appreciated, because they're the ones who support me. They're the ones who have been who have been there for me when I need it. So, and they're the ones who believe in me. So, to me, it's very important to invest in people. So, if you have a traditional business, invest in your employees, um, because I see it. I've seen it like in companies like Panda Express. Panda Express is a great example. It's only one owner and they invest in their employees. Like their managers, they send them and they do coachings and they go for like 2 days to get all these coaching, this life coaching. So they help them in that personal part so they can grow and they can bring to the job and do their best because they feel their best. So to me, it's very important to invest um, in your people. I think that is actually an investment. Is a lot of people think it's a waste of time and they rather invest in marketing, they rather invest in machines and looking good on screen. And to me, honestly, to me that's not where you need to put like good money. I think if you build good leaders around you, you have a strong business that can keep growing because they're the foundations. So invest in your employees, invest in your team members and the best ones, and make them feel special, make them feel part of your vision because a business have to have a vision. So that way you don't lose money. So they can stay
Excellent.
with you.
Obviously, excellent. That is very key. Yes, I don't know why. Some businesses, or business owners, the way that they think, especially at the beginning, is like you mentioned earlier. It's all about let's make a profit, let's get it going, let's come out from under the red numbers. But it's really like if you really pay attention to creating a stable future, first and foremost, you have to realize your business is a breathing, emotional entity created by individuals, and each one brings something to the table.
Exactly.
And the better and more stable that they are within the company, it just brings a lot. It brings better results, like you say.
exactly. And you know what? Nowadays, especially after COVID, I've seen that most people don't want to stay at a job just because of the money. I think we all realize with this situation that money is not enough. So I look at companies like Google. They invest a lot of having their employees entertained and happy. So everyone wants to work at Google because they have all this entertainment. So I think we need to learn from the best. We need to be humble enough to learn from the best and understand that if you make your people feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves, and together you can do something great in this world, because we all humans are called to this, to look for big visions. To We're all attracted to big visions. So I look at big companies like Google. It's a great example, and people want to be there not just because of the money, but they want to be there because of the experience of working there.
Mhm.
So if we can create that within our company, within our people, obviously we can reflect that with our clients, and that will bring more clients because our employees are happy. They want to serve their clients, they want to grow, they're part of the vision, they're part of the family, they want to work with you, and they want to stay.
Totally. I think it's a habit that in earlier ages was a bit more in and used. And then as the industry and the business world turned very fast, very materialized, very like show me the money
Yeah,
kind of thing, it got lost. And we need to get back to that basic root of what businesses mean, which is human interaction. That's really
exactly.
what it comes down to.
Yes. Definitely, I think nowadays more people want more meaningful lives. They just don't want to do the same and feel like zombies or robots. They want to have meaningful lives. So creating that in our, you know, in our, ¿cómo se dice? Como nuestro ambiente,
Environment.
environment. Yes. So creating that in our environment is going to help us grow in our business.
Completely. Excellent. Very good. So let's move on to our two final questions. Now, one basic law on any business is that you either contract or expand. Mhm. There's there's no more room for anything else really. So I'm sure you don't want to contract. So here's our next question for you. What are your business expansion goals for the next 12 months?
That's a great question. Right now I'm working on my team, um, on my leaders. I've been focusing on them, and obviously getting more people, because every business needs to have always more people, and you always need to keep growing. But I'm right now in a part of my life when, to me, it's very important that the people that surround me can be at the same level in vision and drive and energy. So I'm working on that. And that takes a little bit of time. But by the end of the year, honestly, I'm looking at just hitting the next rank, and I want to see my business partners grow, because that's what we do in network marketing. We help others grow. If they don't grow, we don't grow. I mean, I cannot grow if I don't help them to grow. So I'm focusing on that. But I know that if I can help them to reach to that level of faith and belief and strength, inner strength, they can hit their higher next level, and I can do the same. So by the end of the year, I'm looking at myself doing big things this year. Honestly, last year I took like a break. I was going um, through this process of just evaluating everything I have been doing and how I want to do it now. And I have big changes in within me, so that's why I want to implement in my business now and keep growing. Obviously, I'm looking to keep growing and keep helping people, because That's my goal. That's my vision. Keep helping people realize their potential, realize they can do bigger things than what they believe, because there's greatness within everyone. So
Obviously,
I want to
that's great.
change that.
That's great. I think that's fantastic. Okay, good. Now, what do you think you'll need in order to accomplish those goals?
Okay, what I need with this is just consistency, doing every day the same thing. And just focus the mind. So this is what I learned, because before I used to run around and just always be stressed, and I didn't want that for my life anymore. I wanted to enjoy to actually everything. I want to enjoy everything I do, and I want to do it from my heart and just enjoy it. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs don't have that in their life. They're always stressed, they're always worried about money, they're always worried about losing clients, or growing, or they're always worried about something. And I didn't want that for my life anymore. I think I lived like that for many, many years in my life. I don't want that anymore. And I want to live in peace, but I know the mind. So your mind needs goals, because if you don't have goals in your mind, then you have nothing to reach. So I have goals in my mind, but it's not something that's gonna make me, be stressed about reaching those goals, because I know they will come. Because that's how the mind works. You give them a task and you order it, and it makes it happen. So I know I just need to get on the discipline of doing the same thing every day, and just compromise into it and focus.
Fantastic advice. And I think that is an excellent way of thinking. And, I think that if from this pattern and mindset that you are going to follow and that you have been following, um, like all of our viewers and our audience can just take that and try to apply it themselves. And, that is a definite way to reach success. So I congratulate you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think I looked at this. It's like something magic. I tell people it's like magic, but your mind is so powerful that when you give them a goal, it will make it happen. So you don't have to stress or worry about it. Obviously, you do have to put the action into it, because if you don't act, nothing is going to happen. It's not that magical, but it is like magic. If you keep doing the same thing and the same thing, but you gave your mind the order to reach that goal, it will happen. It's something crazy. You have to experience it, but it works. Like, it has worked for me. It has
Obviously.
worked for me. So I know it works. And enjoy the process, because that's what really success is. Enjoy the process of building and seeing your baby grow, because your business is your baby. So enjoy the process, just like as we see our kids when they grow and we look at them and we enjoy it. It's the same thing with a business. It's a creation. It's our creation, and we need to learn to enjoy that. And I think that's like the most important thing, because we're gonna die one day, and our business is not gonna go with us, and money is not gonna go with us. And if we don't enjoy it, then we pretty much just wasted our time in this life.
Totally. Totally.
But yeah.
Beautiful words that you said. I really like them.
Well, I feel them, because um, I had to go through a lot of auto evaluation, and just realizing, what I was doing with my life. And I think we all want to be happy, and we all want to be live good, and just enjoy the process, and things will come, because they will. They will, for sure.
I absolutely agree. This was very, very good. It was you gave us so much content of value here that I think it was great. I appreciate everything that you said, your time and your viewpoint, your mindset, and all the advice. And I had a very good time. Did you have a good time?
Of course, it was great. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to keep growing, because to me, this opportunity, it's an opportunity to get out of my comfort zone. So I appreciate it. a lot, and let's keep growing. Let's keep doing this.
Fantastic. You did fantastic. I
Thank,
thank you a lot. Okay,
thank
so that brings us, you're welcome. That brings us to the end of today's show, at least of this episode. So make sure you give us a 5-star review so we can reach more people and help more business owners expand. Thank you for listening, and remember to tune in for more of this show and visit our webpage, expandthefires.com. Thank you, Irene, and let's all keep the fires of expansion burning even higher. See you
you.
guys. Thank you very much.